Hey guys, this is Wednesday, April 8th. Just coming up to 6:30 in the evening. And we're just sitting in the car, listening to some tunes. We've got a Toronto Triumph Club meeting tonight. We're at JD Auto. I don't know if you can see that sign or not. Anyway, Joe, apparently Joe Dukovic, Auto Service is the name. Anyway, Joe is apparently working on a Triumph TR6 vintage race car, so the club's going to go check out his progress tonight. So he's supposed to have a chassis all ready to go and engine and transmission already in, so we're going to check that out and do a little bit of a social thing tonight. So crappy night out tonight, raining of course. It's actually pretty chilly out as well, nice and windy. It's only 3 degrees Celsius out at the moment, so hopefully we don't get into the freezing rain later on tonight. Anyway, maybe we'll take a few shots when we're inside the shop.
Welcome any new members. So if we have any new members here tonight who's not been to the meetings before, or somebody we've not seen at the meeting, please put your hand up. One here, new old. Anybody else? Another one here? Okay. We'd like to just
Good evening, guys.
Hi.
I'm Joe, JD. Been rocking these Triumphs for so many years. What a treat to build the race car back. This car. We made this car. This car was bought in Alabama. Racing my buddy Mark owned it. We raced, we'd have so much fun with it. And decided to move up a little bit. Which is kind of true. It's basically what happens when you let the cars go. What do? You close the throttles. When you throw the throttle, the throttle plate is open, there's more free. When you close the throttles, it's a huge walkie here. Huge walkie. What it does, the motor tries to jet air from somewhere. Where's going to get it? From crankcase. And crankcase, they do it throttles a lot. You know why it throttles? Because there's not enough air in the system. And what it does, it basically backfires in your exhaust. That's why. That's the race car has a light built on it. Drop it out of that. Because it's just moss. You gotta move the rolling moss.
Hey, good afternoon guys, Tesh coming at you. Thursday, April the 9th, and just after work, and we're out in the garage. So we're picking up where we left off and just doing some random parts from the parts bin. This is the gearbox mount. I showed you this in the last video. I've just taken the actual mount off of the plate. We've got a new mount, so we'll replace that once we get this plate painted up. We've got one of the cooling pipes, we've got the road draft tube, and we have the dipstick to refinish. So we're going to get those out of the way. So I've got the air compressor charging up. We're going to throw these in the blaster and get them blasted up. And then we'll get them into primer and then into paint. And then we'll figure out what we want to do after that. Alright guys, we'll come back in a little bit. Alright guys, sorry about the noise in the background, but while the air compressor is recharging, I'm going to start working on tearing apart the brake and clutch master cylinders and the reservoir. So I just wanted to give you a quick shot of what that looks like now. It's pretty crusty as usual, pretty rusty. So we'll take that apart, we'll get it cleaned up, get it painted, primed and painted, and we'll get that put back together and ready to go in the car at a later date. So there's the before shot. Alright guys, we have the master cylinders torn down into all their separate components, so we'll get those cleaned up. I did have some nice 40-year-old brake fluid in that cylinder, so we emptied that out into the oil jug down there. So anyway, we've got lots of crusty crystallized brake fluid in here to deal with. We'll get that out and we'll get these cleaned up. The cylinders, I think I've got some other cylinders in my parts box, so we'll endeavor to find those. These are going to be tough to be rebuilt. I can see what the bores look like, but I think we're going to just go with new ones or slightly used ones. We'll see what we can find. Anyway, I just wanted to give you a quick shot of that before we continue on with that. And we'll bring it back later. I just wanted to give you a quick shot of those blasted parts before they go into primer. So we've got the dipstick here, the road draft tube, that coolant downpipe, and we've got the gearbox mount already cleaned and ready to go into primer. So we're going to do that now, and then we'll add a couple coats of black. I think we'll go black with these parts, and I think we'll go to a stainless steel paint and see what that looks like on this one, as opposed to the I threatened to do plasti dip, but we might have some issues with heat under the bonnet, so we'll go with a either an aluminum or a stainless steel paint. We'll see. Anyway, we'll be back. Alright guys, just coming up to 8:45 on Thursday night, and as you can see, the parts are in paint. I'll get these down off the line tomorrow. I'll let them dry overnight so they're nice and easy to handle tomorrow, and we'll give you another shot of them before we work on the next project, which is that clutch and brake master cylinder bracket. And I've actually started blasting it. I just can't do any more tonight because I don't want to get any dust in the garage. So there it is in the blaster. It's partially done, but we'll continue on that tomorrow once we get home from work. So that's about it for tonight, guys. We'll get back out here tomorrow and we'll give you an update. Talk to you later. Hey guys, happy Friday. Touch coming at you, 5:51 Friday evening. And we're just checking up on those parts that we painted yesterday. So here we go with the dipstick. Turned out well, with a new felt on the bottom. We've got the downpipe, the road draft tube, and the new gearbox mount, complete with the new mount. I don't know if you can see that or not. New mount and new hardware on the bottom. So that's looking good, looking much better than it did. So a few more parts to put on the table, and we'll go back to now working on the brake master cylinder and clutch master cylinder. So I've already started that. It's in the blaster. We've got a bit of a start on it last night. I don't know if you can probably see that in there, but there she is. We'll continue on that piece, and then we'll move on to the reservoir and the rest of the remaining pieces to get that into primer and into paint. I also dug out a few other parts. Maybe we'll look at refurbing the wiper motor. There's the clutch and brake master cylinders. They need some work. I did go through my parts bin and I found a few others, including a brand new one here, and a few others back here. So between all those master cylinders, I should be able to find a couple of good ones that I can rebuild or can use. So we should be in good shape there. If not, we'll always buy new ones if need be. But anyway, we'll get back to working on the clutch and brake master cylinder bracket basically, and then we'll, like I said, we'll start on the reservoir and the rest of the fittings and the lines. Alright guys, we'll come back in a bit. Guys, just coming up to 8 p.m. and the master cylinder parts are blasted, and they're just hanging up here on the old clothesline, and we're just about to get it into some primer. So I just wanted to give you a quick shot of that before we go to primer, and then we'll follow it up with a couple coats of gloss black. So there's the blasted parts. I'll give you a shot from the other side, just so you can take a quick look at that. So there they are. Alright, primer going on. Alright guys, it's just coming up to 9:30, and I think we're done for the night. We've got one coat of black on, and I'm just about to put the second coat of black on, and then we're going to call that done. So we'll let this dry overnight, and we'll get out here tomorrow again, and we'll probably reassemble that clutch and brake master cylinders and the reservoir, get that back together, and we'll get it on the dining room table, back with all the finished parts, and then we'll move on to something else. That's it for tonight, guys. We'll upload this and we'll get out here tomorrow. Have a good night.